My brief was to explain the problems that we have experiencing in formal sector for what I've experienced as a leader of, on Cape Town Station, Greenpoint. We were evicted with the 2010, the 2010 World Cup. About 400 traders were moved, and only about 100 was given space. What happened to the others? So, yes, Mr. Sean Smith, and he's going to tell me it's not him, but he did put me in the back of the police van, and I was arrested at that time. And this experience has only made me more passionate about enforcing that we as the informal sector have rights. We have the right to trade by our constitution, and particularly what we need to look at today is whether we want to scrap this document and rewrite it or not. Because when I realized that the session is all about passing comment, we cannot pass comment on a document that we have not been workshopped on. The people who was given hundreds of thousands of rands to draft this document without our participation has delivered a document. Now it must be workshopped by us. How do we feel about it? And as the mayor said, I think she mentioned 2003. Yes, it says 2003. So if 80% or 50% of this document is not suitable today, then we scrap it. We have a mandate from the mayor to proceed in giving our views and our input and what is an enabling environment for us. We are still 2013, there's harassment. And I mean, Mr. Mbozi wrote me an email because I asked him what are these issues, and he indicated to me elderly women are harassed by law enforcement. How is that possible in today's life? How is it possible to see that this happens when our mayor speaks? Is she not aware of what the officials underneath does? And I'm glad Sean is here, because Sean is the head of law enforcement. The education must go to the law enforcement officers how to deal with the informal sector. There are procedures that must, the way they'll deal with a big business person, that is the way they have to deal with us. Also, the reason I think, I don't want to speak much, as I said, I want to be part of the floor, and that is where I need to be, not here. I don't know why I was asked to speak. I basically felt that I should speak on behalf of the sector's needs. We need an enabling environment. We need a hand up, not a hand out. We need to be empowered to really feel as part of a fraternity, of being a business person, sitting next to a Pick and Pay manager or Foschini or Truworths or Coca-Cola. We spoke about the branded guys. Are those not the people that sell hundreds of millions of rands of Cokes to us that we sell on? Should they also not be supporting us? So, to me today is that we are here maybe to rewrite. We are here to rewrite policy. We are here because the mayor has indicated clearly that we're going to go behind shut doors with us. Nothing for us without us anymore. That is our slogan within the Western Cape Informal Trade Commission. So, Mr. Tusika, you and I also have a long history, because I've gone through the administrations of the Alan Dalbys, the Leon Markowitzes, and we are now sitting with Mayor De Lille. So I'm just going to close by saying we are here to engage for a developmental enabling environment for the informal sector where all restrictive bylaws are scrapped. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there you've got it.
I notice on your slide that informal traders in other countries contribute 41% to the GDP. What are we doing wrong in Cape Town that we only contributing between 8 and 10%? Then I want to come to Blue Downs. It's an area that is 25 years old. There are no demarcated informal trading banks in the area. Instead, the city protects the formal businesses and threatens all the informal businesses. And people need to look at that. They must go into that. They can take our name, they can liaise with us. We are 25 years old. We must actually thank your current person who was Shirley Alexander that came to the aid by giving the people temporary trading licenses. But it is a big problem because there are nothing for the people in that particular area. They say re-regulation amendments of the Business Act declares a bigger area than others in the four cities as restricted. In our area, there's absolutely nothing. Law enforcement come on a daily basis, threaten the people, send them summonses, demanding huge payments, and ask them to close. This particular area is a poverty-stricken area, far from the city, far from working places. People have to do informal trading, yet there is no communication level. There hasn't been any bylaws, communication with the communities, and I think they also need to look at that. Thank you.
Ek gaan Afrikaans praat, meneer, want as ek Engels gaan praat, ek my tong hak. Ek is Shamila Abdul. Ek is van die Western Cape Informal Traders Coalition. Ek is die organizer vir die organisation. Maar ek is ook 'n informal trader. Ek het ook my eie CC. Ek verkoop South African made socks. En onze kouse, onze name-brand kouse word hier vervaardig in fabrieke. Ek verkoop nie imported kouse nie. Ek kan my stelletjie verkoop op die kaart. Jy sal net South African made kouse kry. Nou, ons verkoop name-brand kouse, maar ek gaan koop by die fabriek. Ek sit dit op my tafel en dan word dit geconfiskeer. Meen dit nou te sê dat ek as 'n informal trader moet ek met my CC loop elke dag? Moet ek my tekstpapier loop, moet ek daarmee loop elke dag vir die law enforcement om nie my goed te vat nie? Van vir 7 jaar verkoop ek nie meer name-brand kouse nie, omdat dit elke keer geconfiskeer word. Maar ek betaal aan teks, ek is 'n taxpayer. Die city het gesê die informal moet formal raak. Ek het na die stap toe oorgegaan. Ons word eens daar geassist nie. Want ek weet nie wat om te doen nie. Wat reg het die law enforcement dan om my kouse te confiskeer wanneer ek by die fabriek self in Kaapstad koop?
A successful merge with the City of Cape Town for an formal business and informal business, and there is huge opportunities for that. The second picture that Caroline had displayed was the one that it was praised for was one of our pictures of our market. And that is a direct result of controlled trading and finances being put in by big business and land being supplied by the City of Cape Town. So we have a situation where we have big business buying into the idea of small business and the city negotiating that period successfully. So there's huge opportunity, but it's not easy, and we have fought a long and hard battle to be where we are today. And I noticed Paul Williamson is here, and I want to acknowledge the work he has done in fighting for the cause. The one consistent that he has been with us for 25 years is the City of Cape Town, and I want to congratulate him for that. Thank you.
Sunrise Circle in Limburg or at Milnerton is after so many years of trading and I suppose revenue earned by the municipality, still uncovered without any facilities whatsoever. So I really think the city needs to look at that. And then lastly, the city has erected a number of facilities all over the informal trading facilities all over the city. I have personally been to the one at Lukomos, the management of which I believe has been outsourced to an outside consultant or manager. The one in Guguletu behind Heideveld Station, the one in Lansdowne Road, I think it's corner of Lansdowne and Eames Road, and further down at the library in Browns Farm. All of those structures basically consist of a facade with garage-sized door openings in them and nothing behind it. And they are standing unused for years. I don't know what the intention is, whether the city expects the traders to come in and then build on at the back to cover it, put in floors and whatever. But besides that, besides the fact that it's literally just a facade, there's no water, no electricity, no pollution facilities. So obviously those spaces are not going to be used because the informal traders simply don't have the money. Or worse, when they go there, and they have approached me, I've personally been there, when they want to use it, they simply can't find anybody to speak to find out exactly what they need to do in order to make those facilities usable and at the end of the day, hopefully viable. And I simply don't understand the approach. I think if those things could be addressed, we could make huge progress in addressing the lack of facilities that Shani has spoken about.
Thank you very much. I think you made some good points. There was a bit of overlap for something else.
Thank you. I think I want to comment, but also to comment on the concerns about law enforcement, discussions about law enforcement and the city's bylaws. I think maybe just at a very basic level, in the city of Cape Town democracy, policy informs bylaws. So the discussion needs to take place on the city's policies, and then when those policies are changed, then the next logical step is that the city bylaws need to be amended to reflect the policies. So just so that we have a context of how we work. And certainly, Hanif is absolutely correct. That informal trading policy was workshopped extensively, not only the informal sector, but also the formal sector. And we've got to, but that's going back, and the mayor said it mustn't go back, it was going forward. And I think to me, Hanif, the question is, and Rashida did pose the question, nothing about us without us. Yeah. To me, one of the biggest debates when one is drafting policy, how do you do it? Do you start with a blank piece of paper? Or do you engage selectively with representations of the informal sector, the formal sector? You don't forget, you've got both sectors involved. Produce a draft document, with then people make comments on it. To me, that maybe the fundamental starting job. Okay. If you look at the experiences that Rashida and others have had with regard to the informal sector, it's relatively easy to put together a policy framework. But then the last thing we want to do is get accused that we haven't consulted. We are not presupposing and putting a document before the sector without consulting. Okay. So to me, that's the question.
Okay, thanks very much. Can I just a little bit more patience? I see we've got Chanel. Chanel, do you want to maybe just give a little bit of direction? I want us to focus on what Caroline Skinner also said. She mentioned about 6 issues that is critical, and then the person from Richards Plain said the issue of storage, the issue of this, the issue of that. I think we need to almost, alright, we say we will scrap the policy, but we need to also give direction. We said, the mayor also said, let's find solutions. And I think that is critical. So I'm going to give Chanel, and then I'm going to ask people to maybe focus on some issues that you think must go in the policy, and some of the things you think must be scrapped. If you can maybe just say, okay, these 2 things must go in, these 2 must be scrapped, and then please be getting some direction. Chanel first, and then
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I mean, as is the presentation, I have made the presentation, and I do think that at this stage it would probably be a good idea, because I haven't had the opportunity to respond to any questions, to open the floor to questions that people may have, and I'm happy to respond to them.
Okay, guys, can we then say other contributors, and then we will also open up for questions to Chanel. Yeah, thank you.
This is a way forward, Mr. Nisika, as the mayor and all and others have indicated this. now not the time to look back, but it's a time to look forward and get solutions to what we're currently facing. When I hear Mr. Williams say policy is what brings about bylaw, what the city needs to understand is that when they say it goes out for comment, it goes out for public comment in an Argus, in a newspaper, the relevant person that is affected by that bylaw or by that policy making, whichever comes first, like they say, the policy, then the act, and then whatever. It is not consultation to say that you've spoken to that people or given ear to that people or have that people give input to that policy or that bylaw when you put it out in an Argus and an affected person has a say. The relevant people within a certain policy, that policy is around the bylaws, and the bylaws is around informal trading, then the informal trading groups need to be consulted. When it is the formal businesses and the two needs to come together, there needs to be a consultation process, and that is what we are saying. These documents has been put forward to us without the consultation of having us sitting around a table with the city in its entirety, whether it is the business area management, whether it is the local economic development, whether it is in economic development director, whatever it is, we haven't had the opportunity to sit with you. We even if you have asked us to written in comment, then you took the comment, you didn't come back to us and say, this is how we've taken the comment, and this is how we've used the comment, and this is what is coming out of it. Do you agree with this, or do you object to this, or whatever the case? And that is what we want to see happen in the future. Because you need to understand, if we object to anything that has already been passed and government has set it, the informal sector then have to go via a system to go to a high court to have that change. And knowingly from a city side that the informal sector people, the person that works on the city, don't have the money to go and stand in court or pay an advocate to go to hundreds of thousands of rands to go to the court steps and get an interdict to stop whatever it is busy or try to change this law that has been passed. So that is what we are saying. We are saying that for future we need to have participation, and I think that is what the mayor is also going to do.
Thank you very much. I think that's positive. Let's just keep our comments short. I just want to get as many issues on the table, you know. So we said, just remember the law also prescribes that you must advertise and all of that. So that's one thing we will do, right? But you say we must go a little bit further, and we've noted some of those issues, and I think we have had meetings like that, but let's not go back, let's go forward. We note that you want meetings specifically with the representatives of the sector when we're doing the policy. Okay, now can we have a set of hands? This gentleman here? Yeah.
Thank you. I think that my colleague has actually highlighted a very important point. I think the point here that we are putting across as the home trainer is that, yes, the policies are there, the bylaws are there. Immediately, we are affected by them right now. When you approach the officials and say, listen, this is the situation, then they turn around and say, we can't do anything about it because it's a bylaw says this, and they keep on doing what they want to do. This is what we just got to stop. If we are talking now, we're talking with officials, with the city. Now they're going to stop harassing our people. Because that is exactly what is happening. There is no two ways about it. And then, if we are going to look at the bylaw, we're going to look at the bylaw, we're going to change the policy. Because that is what answers we get from the officials. They tell you about the bylaw and the policy.
Okay, but what change would you like to see? What change would you like to see?
We have
to stop harassment of the traders, okay?
We want to involve children. They must be friendly to our own operation.
Okay. Noted?
I've been involved and heavily affected within my spirit in a situation that has happened in Stellenbosch over the last 2 months. I'm not an informal trader, but I live in an area where people that just want to earn a living, honestly, have been forcefully moved off their place of work I walk past these people every day of my life. Not once have they ever got in my way. Not once have I thought, oh, these people can't be here. One day I walked past, there's signs on a tree saying the municipality can't, and I'm like, what is going on here? Started off as a very innocent investigation. It leads me down a road where I'm standing here now. How do we deal with the situation that is happening right now? The situation is happening right now. As we speak, they are struggling to get food to their I mean, one guy was on his knees crying 2 days ago. His child can't go to school. I've been harassing the municipality of Stellenbosch to try and do something. Finally, after 2 months, the mayor is on the street trying to find another place. I'm trying to speak to the legal advisor of the municipality. He gets back to me saying, where's your power of attorney? That is unacceptable for people that are starving on the streets. How do we deal with the situation that is happening right now? Stellenbosch should be made an example of what this whole summit is about. Thank you.
Thanks very much. Can I just say that unfortunately, Stellenbosch is not part of the city of Cape Town, but I hear you, and I'm sure that the sentiment is being noted. Are there questions for Shamil in terms of what he raised? Or do you just want to say what are the 5 or 3 issues that you raised that you think is critical? There is a hand behind you. Can I just have a name first?
Shamil, I've noted your notes that you had, that you said there is not enough space in more areas and more righteousness.
Well, part of our research process was to interview stakeholders that are involved in allocating this space, or sort of regulating the process of approving of a trading bay or site at which a person can trade. And all of these stakeholders have indicated that there is, I mean, that they have a long list of people that are waiting for a bay, that they are inundated with requests for a trading bay, but are unfortunately unable to allocate a bay to someone who's making such a request. So, very simply put back to you, that is the reason why I said that.
The other thing is, do you ever consider involving informal traders in deciding giving spaces to them for trading?
Okay, just repeat that. That's a very good point you're making there. Just repeat that.
Do you ever consider involving informal traders when you decide on giving trading spaces for them? The reason why I'm asking that is I've seen in the informal trading setting that you had in Philippi New Stockholm Station, there are spaces empty for such a long time because the bus stop is on the opposite side where the people need the spaces. And I see that was not you. I don't think that you ever use informal traders to consider where you need to place the spaces for the people to use.
Just a response. Can I ask a few more? Then I'm going to ask you to respond to some of those. Just clarity. Can I say that what you're saying is that you'd like to see informal traders being part of the process of allocating spaces for informal traders? Now remember, some of those can be regarded as formal and some informal, but I think at that point, the involvement of the association. Now remember one thing, let me paint a scenario. If everybody's going to trade everywhere, you're going to have chaos. So just remember that we also need to find a solution based on a little bit of regulation. You cannot have a total free for all. Then what happens is so many traders are coming, there's only so much that people can buy, and nobody makes money. So the bylaw and the policy was written in the context of limited trading spaces. Now maybe another thing we must do is find more trading spaces. But remember what Caroline was saying, it has to be viable spaces. And she was pointing to stations, she was pointing to the public transport like the MyCity buses. So is that an acceptable avenue for the city to look at? You know, I mean, I want you to sort of focus on where are the opportunities, where do you see the opportunities, because in Durban we also found they created a space for traders and then nobody wants to go there because it's not viable, because traders were not part of the process. I was just saying, I just want us shortly say, this, then we know, you know, we're going in some direction. I'm going to give the gentleman again and then at the back. Okay.
Thank you, Chairperson. I think that is exactly what we're saying. Because I've been put examples like the lady just mentioned. We've got living examples where the city has invested millions. I'm not talking about 20, 30, about 100 millions in one precinct. And that precinct has been operating for the last 20 years. But I keep on building. Then across the road, just about a close store, traders are stealing like bees. They don't have a toilet, they don't have water. Basic, they don't have electricity, nothing. Now, that tells you something is wrong. Automatically tells you something is wrong. Because they were not consulted. In some of the project that the city has allocated a huge sum of money, the city has been facilitating meetings for the last 5 or 4 years, and nothing is happening to develop. But the traders are not involved.
Okay. Well, thanks very
This is
much.
what I'm saying.
You're confirming now what the lady's saying. Okay, thanks. There was the gentleman there at the back, and then we'll come back to the front.
I just want to briefly go back to statements made by Councillor Brewer and Carol Skinner. You will recall that Councillor Brewer said that in his engagements with the Mitchells Plain Traders Association, in particular, he picked up 2 things. The exclusion from the main market or the mainstream market, and his impression that much of that exclusion was structural in nature. And then Carol Skinner said, she made 3 observations that I think is of pertinent importance. And those observations, I believe, do not reflect well on the City of Cape Town at all. The fact that after the amendment to the Businesses Act, she said the City of Cape Town declared a bigger area restricted or prohibited for informal trading than any other city in the country. That Cape Town has fewer visible trading spaces than any other city, and also that it spends less on infrastructure for informal trading than any other city. And I think that the city needs to remove that perception or the reality that that is the case. I look at, talking about infrastructure, for example, she showed us the 2 photographs of the one very chaotic and untidy trading space, and the other very organized one, which I think was yeah. Now, I know the trading space in Claremont. It's built of durable material, it's permanent. I think provision, if I'm not mistaken, there's even provision for lock-up facilities at night, and those are the frustrations that informal traders suffer, the inconvenience and frustrations that they suffer. And if it could be done in Claremont, why can it not be replicated elsewhere?